Hello everyone, this is Brett, Fencer Farms Ministry, and today we're gonna talk about hand transplanting. I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. And in my part 2 video of this series, we use the paper pot transplanter. I try to use that as much as possible, but sometimes we just have to get down there and hand transplant. But before we do that, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit. And you know, like I've said before, there is tons of lawlessness and craziness going on in the world, and I don't think it's a ridiculous idea to think that we could have food shortages. We've already seen things with COVID, and I think it's a smart idea to do what we can, what's in our control. What can we do? You know, we could grow food. We could, if you feel like God put it on your, you know, as a burden or something, to start a farm, to be able to supply your church, the elderly, the vulnerable. Those are the ones that are going to have a hard time with this, and we have to look out for them. This could be a good way to help, you know, financially, to support your family through all this, and also getting the gospel message out to the community while you're supplying them with vegetables. And so those are all kind of the different reasons, and I've gone over a lot of different scenarios that can happen, but we see these rioters and all this, and what's going to happen in November, and what if the power grid or something got taken out? And I've gone over a bunch of different scenarios that could happen, and things that are predicted in the Bible that will happen eventually. So we just have to keep trusting in the Lord and letting Him guide us. And I know sometimes we get all the way to that brick wall and we don't feel like there's anywhere else to go, but the Lord will open up that door, and He won't lay out the whole plan in front of you, and we have to take it step by step as He guides us through this all. And it's definitely not time to sit on that spiritual couch and bury your head in the sand. It's time to get out there and speak out even more and more and spread the gospel. Here in California, like I've said, they're trying to shut down churches and are threatening to arrest pastors, threatening to shut off their power, telling us we can't worship. Look, we have to obey God over man. So I just want to encourage you guys to keep on going, and we'll go ahead and jump into it now. All right, so that is the cell trays. We grow a lot of different vegetables in those. I try to do as much as possible, like I said, in the paper pot transplanter because it's a lot easier, but on some things we just have to hand transplant them. That was our head lettuce. We got romaines in there, butter, sweet crisp, different types of lettuce in there. I do grow my Salvanova lettuce for our mixed bags, and I use them in the paper pot, but just because of the spacing and everything, with our head lettuce, we transplant them this way. And our head lettuce, we do 4 rows across, and then as we go down, we go 8 inches apart. And I'm going to show you guys kind of how I put them in the ground and how I do it. And I just want you guys to know there is no right way that you have to do it this way. It's the only way, because you'll find what works best for you, what's easier for you, what works best in your climate. So you can't let someone tell you that this is the only way you have to do it. You can take, you know, all different types of people's advice and kind of help you get a start. But as you get going, you're going to find out that, hey, this works better for me, and you're going to do it this way. And that's perfectly fine. So I'll go ahead and jump into it and show you guys how I do it. All right, so there's 2 ways you can do this. You can take it, just push your 2 fingers in the ground, pull back the dirt, drop it in the hole, cover it up, real simple. Or if you have to, if it's a little harder, you can take your shovel, push it in the ground, pull back a little, drop it in, cover it up. All right, so as you can see, it's not hard. Whatever works best for you, either just poking with your fingers or a little digging shovel, whatever you find is the most efficient and effective way for you to do it. There's a couple ways of doing as far as lining everything out. What you can do is you can put your 4 across in your bed, and then you can go down and just poke a hole every 8 inches, and then you can go and lay out all your lettuce by those holes and put them all back in. Or you can bring the tray with you and just, you know, you poke those holes and then you pull them out, go 4 across, and, you know, just pull them out as you go, as you walk, you know, go back down the bed. Or even another great way to do it is to have someone next to you. You guys get everything lined out how you want it, and then you just have someone pulling it out for you out of the cell trays, which I'll show you guys how to do here in a sec, and have them hand hand it to you while one person's planting, one person's handing it to them, and that's a really good and efficient and fast way to do it if you can have 2 people. Now, as far as pulling these out, what you want to do is you want to squeeze the bottom and just pull it out from the top, and it'll come out like that. Sometimes you'll get lucky if they happen to be really root bound. You might be able to just pull them out really easy. Some people will actually, on other ones, all these holes on the bottom here, they'll take a little nail or something and they'll just push them all up real quick. And you know, like I said, you can do that as you go, or you can just pull them out, get your bed all laid out, and just keep pulling them out and laying them all out, and plant them that way. But if you can, 2 people is a great way to do it, nice and fast. You just have someone like this here pulling it out for you, handing it to you, and you're planting, the other person just focused on getting them all out like that. So you can do that, or what some people will also do is maybe at your house or somewhere, maybe in the hot day, you just go inside and sit in the AC, and you can pull them all out and just have them and then stack them up in just a flat, you know, tray, and then you already have them all out, and then you can just come out and set them down, and that's another fast way too. You can get them all out and prepared before you even actually start. So those are all different ways you can do it. There's no right or wrong way, whatever works best for you guys. So here I went ahead and I just poked a hole every 8 inches, and then I know I got to go 4 across. So now what I'll do is I'll just come through, pull it out, and then once you get your first row, you can just kind of, first 4 across, you can just go off of that as you go down. Alright, so we got all the lettuce planted. I also wanted to tell you guys, depending on what type of crop you're planting, your spacing will be different. With head lettuce we do 4, but with like bok choy we'd space out 3, and you might find you like your spacing this way or that way too, and we'll focus more in on that as we go through certain crops, and we can really dial things in. If you guys have any questions, you can comment below. If you guys need to reach out to me for anything, you can reach out to me at brett.finsterfarms@gmail.com. Go check out our Facebook and Instagram at Finster Farms Ministry, and God bless.